What's up, guys? Maniacs here, and welcome back to Time Tenchi. We're rolling right back into it. Yeah, last time we figured out why the girls' boobs and everything get ridiculously huge when they go through. So now let's go ahead and continue and see what's going to happen after this. So, whew, I'm exhausted. All three of them seem really nice, though. It'll be nice to be around them and get my mind off things. Yeah, because they're not beautiful. Well, they're not beautiful, but they're not good looking, I should say. I dressed in a loose t-shirt and some shorts and hopped into bed, quickly passing out. Boy, she would... Oh, that's not good. Huh? I heard a loud blaring alarm as I fell out of bed and onto the floor. Oof, what the... I rubbed my head as I stood, heading towards the door out to the lab. Hi, everybody. What's going on? Krontek is at it again. Sorry to wake you, Kenji, but this was an emergency signal. Have you pinpointed the location yet, Michelle? Just about. Rose, Kyu, go get suited up. I'll get this down in the meantime. I'll try to locate the source of their own time window while a trace is still available. Okay. Best of luck, Gramps. I stood there awkwardly as the alarm blared, the sound of rapid typing on keyboards and the muttering under Michelle's breath, the only real things keeping me occupied. After a few minutes, Kyo and Rose stepped back in. Rose's outfit I had seen before, but Kyo's took me aback. Why is she in a maid outfit? Why? Why is she in a maid outfit? That makes zero sense. Whoa. Kyo could tell I was looking right at her as I exclaimed my shock. She blushed. What? It's really flexible and I picked it out myself. Yeah, it's also a fucking maid outfit. No, sorry. Oh, what did I do? I go back? There we go. Kyo could tell I was looking at her. What? It's really flexible? Okay. No, sorry. It looks nice on you. I just wasn't expecting it. That's all. Alright, Kenji. If you say so. Not as if he'll be able to see it for long. Now get in there. I got him targeted and ready for confrontation. Be careful, you two. You never know what kind of trouble they could be trying to rustle up. What are they trying to alter this time? Mid-18th century Germany, apparently trying to do something about the Silesian War. Ugh, always have to be a war, doesn't it? I carry a sword for a reason, Kyo. I know, but still, can't they try to alter anything else? Apparently they want to play peacekeepers through time. I have no idea what kind of insane plans they have, but now isn't the time to discuss it. Get going, I'll have an eye on you guys, so don't worry. They both nodded as the time window opened in the blinding flash of white. They stepped up towards it and vanished through the portal. The light disappeared and Michelle put up a video on the large monitor in front of her. I leaned over her shoulder and was able to see the scene along with her. So, this is where they're at? How can you see this? The time window has some very helpful abilities, such as an observance mode, that lets me see what the girls see for as long as they're through it. As you can see, they made it through just fine. Now watch and learn, kid. Well, that's trippy. Ugh, I'll never get used to this sort of thing. Just hang in there, Rose. It'll be fine. Okay. Yep, there's the boobs, just ridiculously getting big. Eep! Both girls grit their teeth as their chests suddenly surge into the prospective clothes. As they moved through the time window's vortex, more and more was stacked upon their already prominent busts. They dared not speak as their clothes creaked and groaned, adjusting to the new size of the blossoming orbs they were meant to keep covered. I swear we get bigger each time. As long as we don't keep any of it, I don't care. Aw, what's the matter, Rose? They look nice on you. Rose blushed at Kyo's words as their chests made one final surge outwards. The sudden rush of growth caused them both to gasp as they reached their new size, still just as perky, somehow, as before they went through. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Really? It's okay. I knew that's what the game is about. I know you bunch of pervs are like, ooh. Whew, made it. I love how there's just a battlefield behind them, too. Honestly, I don't see what those metalheads think they can achieve. How do you stop an entire war from happening? I don't know, they're so weird like that, but I guess we should start looking. The duo walked across the open field, seeing a band of warriors in the distance. Let's hope we don't bump into whatever's going on over there. Also, they look like they have guns. She has a sword. Maybe there's something wrong? Who cares? We're invisible to them, remember? Yeah, but I always feel so naked in this. Honestly, I don't know why you refused the petition I made for that we could actually go in. Oh, the petition that I made we could actually go in naked. Because we didn't know for sure that they could see us. Kyo, Also, I'd rather not travel through time in the buff. Thank you very much. I wouldn't mind it, but Michelle's advised us against it. That explains why your outfit is so skimpier than mine. And also why it stretches better when we grow. Yeah, well, enough boob talk. Can we get back to work? Where are those Chrontech freaks anyway? Look who finally made it. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Okay, you're kind of cool looking. You actually have clothes on, but your nipples are like fucking exploding out of your... well, yeah. So nice to see you two dopes again. Come to try to foil the plan as usual. And what are you getting at now, Mizuki? Where's Bunny? Doing your dirty work while you talk trash? I'm right behind you, you airhead. Hi. Okay, you're like 12 feet tall. Why are you so big? And why are you in a fucking bunny outfit? Gosh, and I thought we had gotten curvier. If you got it, flaunt it, right, Mizuki? That's right, my dear bunny. Now then, if you two would kindly buzz off, we have some work to do. Yeah, right. No, the whole point of us coming here was to stop you from doing whatever you're trying to do. Oh, good luck. It's going to take us a while, and the longer we're here, the bigger you two get. I mean, that applies to you guys too. Well, the big difference here is that we enjoy every minute of it. Yeah, well, you're not going to stay here much longer. Rose drew her sword. Ah, yes, the oh-so-scary sword. How terrifying. Oh, wow, we actually have a... Okay, that's kind of cool. I don't know. She has a fucking whip and a dinner plate. Okay, I continued watching from the monitor, seeing the scene play out one bit at a time. I noticed Kyo pull out a feather duster. Why a feather duster? I wasn't sure from where, but she had one. She swiftly flicked it, and a whip stretched from the tip, becoming as long as she was tall. It seemed to crackle with some sort of energy. You better back off and go back to the time you came from. My, your powers of intimidation now know no bounds. Well, Mizuki tended to have a very flat tone in her voice. I could sense the sarcasm all the way through the screen. They stared at... This fucking scene that's playing out. They stared each other down, Mizuki pulling out some weapon of her own, throwing stars and other weapons that could have been owned by the ninjas I had seen on TV. The silence seemed to hang before they all lunged at each other. Rose was graceful sight, twirling around as Bunny went for a high kick, her stiletto heel just missing the eloquent, there we go, Knight's face. Rose's chest jostled around with her rhythm, and I could tell Michelle shot me a look that said, "You better behave yourself now." Kyo stayed stationary, cracking her whip towards Mizuki, who unleashed her own series of weapons. They flew past her, and I watched as a ninja star went straight towards Kyo. She bent backwards far enough to avoid injury, but not far enough to prevent the shuriken from whisking against her cleavage and coming to a comfortable stop, much to her embarrassment. Yeah, I could see her face quickly turn a burning pink color as she dug deep to retrieve it, before retaliating by swinging her whip above her head and thrusting it at Mizuki's head. The throwing star got caught in her cleavage. Yeah, okay, it managed to latch onto her. As soon as it did, Kyo squeezed the base of the duster, sending a jolt of electricity forth towards the kunoichi. It managed to connect, Mizuki shrieking and shaking before seemingly falling apart. Okay, there she goes. Her clothes seemed to disappear first. All I could do was watch as the stark, naked girl dissolved into nothingness. I felt a knock against my head, Michelle reminding me that she was indeed right next to me. Enjoying the show, perv? Hey, look, it's not my fault that their clothes conveniently fall off first. I mean, yeah, fair enough. That's all she had to say before turning back to the monitor to watch. I turned my attention over to Rose, who was struggling against Bunny. While Mizuki had seemed quick, she had been felled by a slight misstep. However, the taller girl seemed to be putting a much stronger fight. Her legs were swift and kept Rose moving quickly every second, dodging and weaving through the flurry of kicks and knee jabs that were being sent her way. Eventually, Bunny got a hit in. As she did, Kyo came up behind her, materializing what looked like a tea tray. Is now really the time for tea? Watch and learn, kid. The tray launched from her hand and began to glow a bright blue color, whirling quicker and quicker as it got closer to Bunny. Unfortunately, Bunny took notice before it got much closer and quickly lunged her heel to deflect the tray. It was then that I realized that the tray was a distraction for Rose, who had got back up from being knocked to the ground. Rose swiftly took her sword and plowed it into Bunny harshly. Bunny gasped, stopping with her legs still cocked up in the air. Okay. Before anything else could happen, her clothes, like Mizuki, suddenly fell to pieces. She didn't seem to mind. Somehow, I could hear her chuckle, a nasty grin sprawling across her face. Don't get too big for your britches, girls. Believe it or not, we accomplished what we needed to do here before you could interfere. But I do hope we can meet... She was cut off as her form disintegrated suddenly, falling into dust. Both Kyo and Rose seemed exhausted. Michelle sighed, brushing her long hair from her face. Alright, Kenji, go to your room. What? Why? Do you really need to ask that? From how Rose was yesterday? Now go to your room and don't come out until tomorrow. And why should I? Kenji, listen to Michelle. Trust me, when you don't, bad things tend to happen. It sounds like good things are about to happen. I couldn't believe this. Even my grandfather sounded intimidated by Michelle. I huffed, turning towards the hall and going into my room. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens next time, Michelle. An hour or so passed as I laid on my bed, thinking to myself and staring at the ceiling. Even after having a day to let it all sink in, these new things happening, these new concepts, ideas, they still made no sense. And they still frightened me. If people could go back in time now, then they could likely change things for the better. But for watching movies and reading stories I knew about time travel, time paradoxes, and the butterfly effect, it wasn't at all that easy. I thought about my parents, about my home burning down in front of me. I thought, if I could go back and stop that from happening, would it be the right thing to do? If I did that, then I'd have my family again. But then I would never have known about my grandfather's lab or met the girls. But in that case, I would have never gone back in time and stopped the fire. Gah! My brain hurts. Just as I said that, I heard a knocking on my door. Come in. The door slid open, revealing Michelle on the other side. I swiftly sat up, looking at her stern face as she looked at me through the doorway. Is it alright to enter? Yeah, of course. Have a seat. I offered her a chair and she sat softly into it. She sighed and looked up at me. Thank you, Kenji. She was silent for a moment and then the confusion slowly hit me. For what, Michelle? For leaving when I asked. I know how tempting it must be for a grown man as yourself to just leave two girls with exaggerated figures and heightened desires alone. So I commend you for your restraint. I could feel warmth rush my face as I rubbed the back of my head bashfully. Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, it's only polite. Yes, you're right, and I truly appreciate it. So in return, next time you may feel free to visit either of the girls on their downtime. Just give them some time to recover from the effects of the time window at first. Wait, so I need permission to see them all of a sudden? Well, I suppose not, but I had assumed, they could be a bit much when under the influence of said effects, but you've proven yourself to be mature enough. She stood her short meeting seemingly over, before turning back towards me and giving me a steely gaze. But I swear, you try and take advantage of those girls behind my back. She made the threatening gesture of running her fingers across her neck in a slicing motion. You won't be in the lab much longer, kid. An awkward silence hung in the air for a minute before her mood suddenly flipped to cheery, giving me a big smile before swinging my door back open. I'll kill you! Sleep well, Kenji. Thanks! And with that, she left. Wow, Michelle still mystified me with her behavior, but I shrugged it off before sinking back into my bed and nodding off to sleep. Okay. This is actually a good place to stop. I know it's a little shorter than the other ones, but not a big deal. I want to do it around 15 minutes. So that was a little different. That's what they meant. I mean, yeah, okay. I don't know why they need to get that big and how that's even convenient, how she can even swing her sword like that, but that makes no sense. Anyway, that's all the time I got for today, guys. Let me know what you guys think of the series in the comment section below. Do you want to see more of it? Do you hate it? Do you not want to see any of it? Please let me know, because I know there's a bunch of pervs out there that are going to want to watch it, but it's totally up to you guys whether you want to see more of it or not. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you guys want to check the game out for yourself, there'll be a link to it in the description. Thank you guys for checking out the parts, and I'll see you guys next time. Maniacs out.